Government will be onboarding the nuclear power plant's Build and Science Enhancement Initiatives. The purpose of the event is to showcase the role Eskom plays or plans to play rather in the nuclear plant and also to clarify some of the misconceptions around the nuclear station. We're crossing live to our reporter Lerato Tipa, who is on site. Lerato, you spoke to the principal previously and some of the learners. Who do you have with now?
A very good morning. We are broadcasting live. We're still in Jeffreys Bay High School, where Eskom has donated 4 maths and science centers. We cannot make our way, obviously, to the site, so we are still here at the center. And we're going to speak now to the GE of Eskom. We're also here to discuss all things nuclear. If you don't know, there is a proposed nuclear plant in a place called Thyspunt, not too far from where we are. And he's going to speak to us about the initiative first, and also the proposed nuclear plant and the benefits it has to people in this area. Mr. Masango, tell us briefly first about this initiative, the Science and Maths Initiative. Why is it important for Eskom to have such an initiative here in the Eastern Cape?
Yeah, this initiative is very important for Eskom, particularly here at the Eastern Cape. As you know, that it improved the maths and science for the kids. We've seen a big improvement, and the reason that is very critical is for our future projects that we want to build here, including our operations, because if we have a lot of students doing mathematics and science, they can be nuclear physicists, they can be electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, as well as the civil engineers, which is a key in terms of the engineering discipline to execute most of the projects that we want to execute, not only here at Eastern Cape, across the country.
Now, you're also here to discuss all things nuclear for the proposed nuclear plant in Thyspunt. What's Eskom's involvement in the nuclear plant?
Look, as you know, that there were determinations that Eskom will be the procurer, the owner, and the operator. That it also includes the execution. As you know, that we've gone through the process of the environmental impact assessment as well as the national installation license. There's 2 areas that have been identified. One is here, Thyspunt here in the Jeffreys Bay. The other one is Denefontein in the Western Cape. So our involvement here, we've started the development, which is part of the process to make sure that we develop the sites as we are waiting for the approval. You are quite aware as well that we went out into the market in terms of the request for information so that we can start to get the information on the technology. Once we've analyzed that information, probably the request for proposal will come. Our involvement right now is to make sure that we start with the development. Now, part of the development is that we cannot leave the other stakeholders outside, and that's the reason we start to equip and empower the learners, because these learners are the learners that are going to construct, engineer, and operate the plants that we're going to build around this area.
Now, speaking about the environmental effects of the plant itself, there are obviously some mixed feelings. People in this area, some of them are for it, some of them are against it. What are your views about the environmental impact that this plant will have in this area?
The good thing is that we've got experience in terms of the nuclear. As you know, that globally we've got 450 nuclear plants that are being operated. We've got close to 60 nuclear plants that are being constructed globally. And if you look at the environmental incident on the nuclear are very minimal. Here at home, we've got a very practical example. We've got a Kuberg plant in Cape Town that we've been running since 1985. We never had any significant incident on the nuclear as long as you comply. But what is more important is to make sure that you comply in terms of what is a requirement on the nuclear regulator, and you also work with the other stakeholders globally. You take the experiences there, the lessons learned, stakeholders like WANO, etc. So if you keep to the compliance level, nuclear plants remains environmentally friendly. And if we were to compare nuclear with the other energy technology or energy mix like coal and others, nuclear is the most environmentally friendly technology that can be used to generate electricity. And over and above that, it also gives you the benefits of baseload, because you need the baseload.
Well, that was the GE of Eskom, Mr. Abraham Masango, saying that nuclear is the most efficient energy, the most environmental form of energy that is going to implement in this area. Above all, saying they're here to also equip future science, future people who are also going to be working at these nuclear plants. From us, it's a wrap, and it's back to you in studio.
you so much there to our reporter Lerato Tipa, live from Jeffreys Bay High School in the Eastern Cape, talking to us about this beautiful initiative by Eskom.